Okay, today we will discuss the vertebrate brain. You know that nervous system play an important role in coordinating all the activities of the body, and it also enables the body to respond and adapt to changes both inside and outside of the body. So this is the important purposes of the nervous system. Coordination of all the activities of the body is important function of the nervous system, and it also enables the body to grow, to give response and adapt themselves to external or internal changes which take place. You know that the vertebrate nervous system consists of two important parts. One is the central nervous system. The second one is the peripheral nervous system. And you know that the brain and spinal cord, they are the important parts of the central nervous system. The brain is consists of important parts like the cerebrum, cerebellum, diencephalon, midbrain, pons, and medulla oblongata. These are the important structure which are found in the brain. So the first one is the cerebrum. You know the cerebrum is the biggest part of the brain, and it is divided into two portion, which is what is the left and right hemisphere. And if you look on the top of the brain, the structure which can only be seen is the cerebrum. So this is the top portion. This is called the cerebrum of the brain. There are four important lobes which is found in the cerebrum. One is this is the frontal lobe. This is the parietal lobe. This one is the occipital lobe, and this is the temporal lobe. Each lobe have specific function. For example, frontal lobe play important role in the reasoning and thoughts of the body, while parietal lobe they integrates sensory information. The temporal lobe they process auditory information, while the occipital lobe they processing visual information from the eyes. So these are the each lobe perform specific function. So the cerebrum consists of four important lobes, and these are the function of each lobe. The second section is the cerebellum. This is another important section of the brain which line dorsal to the medulla. This is, you know, this the structure of medulla, and this is called the cerebellum. So this is the second important section of the brain, and the function of the cerebellum is to they are responsible for the all type of muscular coordination. So it control the movement of the body, it control the posture and equilibrium of the body. So all muscular coordination, they are under the control of the cerebellum. Another important section is the diencephalon. So this section is found between the cerebrum and the midbrain. So the section, this diencephalon consists of two important structures. One is the thalamus, the second one is hypothalamus. This is the thalamus, and this one is the hypothalamus. So the diencephalon is found between the cerebrum and midbrain. This is the midbrain. And between the midbrain and cerebrum, there is a structure which is called diencephalon. And diencephalon consists of two important structures: the cerebrum, the thalamus, and the hypothalamus. The thalamus play an important role while they analyze and process sensory information to higher portion of the brain centers like cerebrum. So they process, they analyze, and then process the sensory information to the cerebrum. The hypothalamus, they control and regulate autonomic nervous system function. For example, they regulate temperature, appetite, thirst, water balance, sleep, and blood vessel contraction and dilation. All the autonomic nervous system function are under the control of hypothalamus. And you know, hypothalamus also play a role in the emotion, in the control of emotions such as fear, anger, flare, pain, and infection. All these functions are under the control of hypothalamus. Midbrain is another important section of the brain, and this section is the Top of the brainstem. Brainstem structure consists of midbrain, pons, and medulla. These three important structures make the brainstem, and the top one is the midbrain. The midbrain contains nuclei that serves center for certain visual and auditory reflexes. Another important structure is the pons. They are located below the midbrain in the brainstem. It is responsible for certain reflex actions such as chewing, tasting, and saliva production. So this portion is called pons, and above the pons there is a midbrain. And pons, midbrain, and medulla they constitute the brainstem. Medulla oblongata, the last section of the brain is the medulla oblongata, and this is the most posterior division of the brain located at the bottom of the brainstem. It connects to the spinal cord and it's responsible for numerous vital subconscious or autonomic activities such as control of heartbeat, blood vessel contraction, vascular tone, gastric secretion, swallowing, respiration, sneezing, and blood pressure. It is also known as center for respiration. So all these activities are controlled by the medulla. During embryonic development, there are various structure which is called prosencephalon, mesencephalon, and rhombencephalon. These are a longer name for example, prosencephalon is called forebrain, and prosencephalon develop to make cerebrum. Mesencephalon, this is called the midbrain, and it developed into the midbrain. It developed and formed midbrain section of the brain. The rhombencephalon is called hindbrain, and it developed into structure called hindbrain. Hindbrain consists of the cerebellum, pons, and medulla. So all these about the structure and function of the brain. Thank you.